Hello, welcome back to my podcast. It's actually Wednesday. It's late in the day. It's half term. I think I mentioned last time that it would be half term this week when I'm going to record again. So my son is off school all week. My husband has also had a few days off work. So the days are full. And I am not getting much time to myself. That's okay, we're having fun. But yeah. Recording is happening late at night. It's getting on for 10 o'clock, I believe. But hey, I'm here, I'm doing it. Hopefully it's all going to work okay today. And then I can get it edited tomorrow and up on Friday, and we'll be back to the usual schedule, which will be nice. And there is one slight change well, it's quite a big change really, to the format today. I'm just going to do one episode this time around, mostly because I've got quite a bit of spinning to tell you about. I've got quite a bit of life to tell you about, not a lot else. Things have been pretty quiet on the crochet front. I've got things done, I have got things to show you, just not as much as I normally would. So that should mean that although this will be a longer video because it's just one for everything, it hopefully won't go on forever. If I can stop myself from waffling too much, we will see. Okay, as ever, quick intro for you. I've binned my little intro voiceover that goes over the music at the beginning. So for anyone who doesn't know, my name is Jenny. I am the owner and creator and everything of Stitchcraft Studio. I sell my own hand-spun yarn as well as a few other bits and pieces that I make, and I also run craft markets here in my hometown of Harrogate in North Yorkshire. I have a currently 9-year-old son and a husband whose age shall not be mentioned because he probably wouldn't want me to mention it. And a cat who sometimes makes an appearance. No idea whether she will today or not, that's entirely up to her. And as well as the spinning, I also crochet as a hobby. I occasionally sell bits, but not so much these days. So yeah, I like to show you what I've been up to, what I've been making. I release episodes roughly every 3 weeks of this podcast, and then have a couple of other things that I release videos on as well, all of which can be found on my channel. For this video, as with all my videos, in the description you will find links to all the places you can find me, as well as links to any other businesses that I mention, any other creators that I mention, and just any other information I think you will find useful. I also put timestamps in the description so that the video is broken up into chapters for you, so you can skip any sections that you're not interested in. You can easily replay sections however you want to manage it. You can access those timestamps either in the description box itself, or they should appear just along the progress bar of the video for you too, if you hover over that. I'm going to go straight into a life update today. I quite often leave that to the end, but I think last time I did it at the beginning and it felt a lot more natural, so I'm going to continue doing that for a while, see how it goes. If you're just here for the crafty content, then feel free to skip. It will not have any real relevance to the rest of the video. I just like to let you know what's going on. So it is going on. Kind of lots and nothing all at once. You will notice that I have a new setup. I finally have my new chair. So you shouldn't hear lots of creaking going on today. It is so comfortable. It's like a throne, and it's all soft and squishy and fleecy. It's going to be hell in summer. It's going to be far too warm. But at the moment I am very, very comfortable. And what you can't see is I also have a new desk. So instead of my little corner one, which was kind of there, I've now got a 6-foot long desk, which takes up almost an entire wall of this little room, but means that I've got a lot more space to work. This feels like a much better angle. Hopefully in the near future I will get some things up on that wall behind me that you'll be able to see bits of while I'm talking. The tiny shelves that you can't really see, there you go, you can see a little bit. They may disappear, they may be replaced, I don't know, haven't decided yet. So yeah, that all got done beginning of this week, which was lovely. It's not quite finished. I'm sort of messed up a bit. It's an IKEA desk, messed up a bit with the designing in that I've got the adjustable legs so I can make it taller than it is at the moment, which I do want to do. But then I got one of the little like shelf/drawer units for one end of it. The legs on that can't be adjusted. What was I thinking when I ordered it? So I'm going to have to get rid of that. I've ordered 2 new adjustable legs, so then the whole desk can be raised up by a good 3-4 inches at least, possibly a little bit more. Sorry, I have a really itchy nose today. And then I've bought a couple of different shelving things to go underneath so that I can still store things under there in a relatively organised fashion. Maybe. I might get a third one, but I'm going to start with 2 and see how I go. Oh, here's the cat. Here she is. Come on, sweetie. Oh, my chair's being silly. I've got a chair with arms that I can flatten, so if she wants, she can sit next to me. It's not what they're for, but it will work that way if she comes up. Don't know where she's gone now. So yeah, hopefully once I've got all that sorted, I can actually organise in here properly, get things back to a situation where it's not just piles of clutter everywhere. You can see some of it. It's really bad. Come on up. Come on then. Come around the other side. You can get up more easily. And yeah, it'll be nicer for you to look at, and it'll be nicer for me to work in. So that's the aim. She's down by my feet under the desk now. I have had my annual eye test today. I actually have 2 most years. I have one with just a standard, private, very, very qualified and knowledgeable specialist optometrist, but just a sight test and whether or not I need new glasses. And that was today. And then I have another one with not actually my local hospital, but another local hospital, where they go into it a bit more in depth, because I have an impairment, basically. I have a condition that affects my eyesight that we need to keep on top of. So I keep looking around because the cat's in here and she's rummaging and I don't know where she's gone. She'll find her way up here in a minute. Yeah, a bit of kind of 50-50, bad news, good news. There is some more deterioration in the back of my eye. There's both of them. So things are worsening a little, which means my vision has, as I thought it had, worsened a little. But the actual prescription for my glasses, which you will never see me wearing, that hasn't changed. So I don't have to fork out hundreds of pounds for new glasses, which is always a good thing. I was a bit worried that I would have to this time, just because I have noticed that shift. Sorry about the beep. That may continue, hopefully not too much. Yes, I've noticed that downward shift. So it's good to know that it's not the prescription, that can stay the same. The rest of it, I can't do much about, really. I think there is a video back in my channel somewhere where I talk about what what's wrong with my eyes in more detail. If I can find it, I'll link it for you, but no promises on that. But just scroll back through, it'll be in there somewhere if you want to know. And if you can't find it and you're really interested and want to know more, let me know. Pop a comment on here and feel free to ask questions. I don't mind talking about it. I just don't want to go on about it all the time. But if you want to know, ask, and I shall either tell you in the comments, or if there's a lot of interest, I'll do a separate video maybe at some point and tell you what's what. Other news. We went to York Chocolate Story yesterday. Kelvin and I have been before years ago. May have been before Ned, may have just been when he was very tiny still. Ned is my son, if you're new. Yeah, we took Ned this time, and he really, really enjoyed it. We, yeah, just had a really lovely day. Mostly we went around the Chocolate Story tour and went for lunch afterwards. It's going to get annoying, and I'm sorry, I can't stop it. I'm not even going to explain it, it's just a thing. Yeah, went for lunch and then had a little bit of a wander. I love York. It's a beautiful city, and yeah, it was just really lovely to go around all the old buildings and everything. We nipped into Travelling Man as well, which is a comic and gaming shop in York, because Kelvin wanted to, well, he wanted to look for something, they didn't actually have it, which was slightly irritating, but not their fault. It's just, you know, they can't have everything. Yeah, just a really lovely day. Can highly recommend York Chocolate Story. I will, of course, link it for you if you have any interest at all in the history of chocolate, or just want something fun to do when you're in the area. It's good. Well, I'm back at the gym. I think, did I mention last time? Yes, I did. I told you all about Gymophobics, didn't I? My local ladies' gym. And I haven't been a lot yet, but I have been for a few sessions. I had my induction, that went really well. It's all come flooding back. I used to go years ago. And yeah, there's a lovely lady in the area who drives me there and back because she's going as well. So it's nice to have someone to go around with. It's really good to get my body working again, get the muscles warmed up and doing something useful. Yeah, long may it continue. It's not cheap, so I need to actually use the membership. Or do that as much as I possibly can. Yeah, we'll see. So far so good. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad to be back. Feels really, really good. That will also hopefully help my shoulder. I think I mentioned last time I've been having some trouble with it. I had a physiotherapist appointment last week, I think it was. Maybe the week before. Since I last spoke to you anyway. And the prognosis is that I've essentially got tendinitis in that shoulder. Yay! So I've been given some exercises to do, specific exercises from the physio to hopefully strengthen it up. But she did say that as long as I'm careful at the gym, that actually going and doing things there should help it as well. So hopefully the endless niggling shoulder pain will be improving. Lots of fingers crossed today. But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully it'll start getting better soon. This all feels a bit disjointed. There's kind of lots of little things to tell you. The renovation is done. I think I said last time it pretty much was, but it is done, apart from decorating. We now have a date for a decorator to come and literally just paint everything white for us, just to cover up all the bare plaster so we can put all the furniture back exactly where we want it, put shelves up where we want them, all of that kind of thing. Unfortunately it's not until the beginning of April, so we're still a little bit not quite back to exactly how we want things to be, but we're getting there. The kitchen is fully usable. The utility room is fully usable. Kelvin my husband, has got furniture in his hobby room and has done some painting today. So it's feeling good. And I'm going to be a bit sneaky and probably a bit irritating, sorry, and go, there's something exciting on the horizon that can only happen once the painting's been done. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but at some point in the future, probably around the end of April, I will hopefully have some very exciting news to share with you. No, I'm not having a baby, before anybody asks. I know that's where people's minds go. No more babies here. Not happening. But yeah, something exciting. Feel free to make guesses if you want to. Be interesting to know how well you know me. Okay, and I think the only other bit of life stuff to tell you is about the market. First market of the year was on the 7th of Feb. So I think that was about a week after I spoke to you last, wasn't it? And it went so well. Such a good start to the year. I had full house, it was at full capacity for vendors, in fact, possibly slightly over. I'm going to remove a couple of spaces for the next one. Yeah, which is a bit annoying because I won't make as much money. And I only just make enough to cover all my expenses as it is. But that's okay. It's better to have it laid out nicely and to be safe and everything, obviously. But yeah, it was not great weather. It was grey and dreary and rainy and we still, despite that, got over 550 people through the door. So, I mean, hopefully that bodes really, really well for this year. I've got my next market on 7th of March. Information about them, there'll be an application link if you are local and you want to be a vendor. There's a link in the description, and dates for the next couple that I've got booked. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. Oh yeah, it was just great. It's a really great day. Everyone did really well. I had so many wonderful conversations with people, which is just, it's my favourite bit. My favourite bit of it. They were just nice people who are interested in what I do, and that's great. Sold 3 whole skeins of yarn, 2 of my most expensive ones and one of the others. So that felt really good. I actually made some money. Oh my god. Yeah. Don't really know what else to say. It was just a lovely day. So yeah, like I say, next one's in March, and I've got one booked for May. I am hoping to do one a month this year. I haven't got one booked for April yet, but I'm going to try and arrange that in the next week or so. And then yeah, one a month after that. We will see. I need to check with Kelvin that that's okay first, because it does affect him as well. He helps me come and set up and everything. So, I'm not just doing it for me. It's not entirely selfish. So we'll see. Right, quick drink and I shall move on. Good Lord, I've been talking for 20 minutes already and I haven't even talked about anything crafty yet. Try not to bump my desk, sorry. So, crochet projects. I have finished my Magical Worlds blanket. The year-long, slow and steady, almost entirely hand-spun blanket. I can't show you it all at once. It's too big. Look at it. Oh, it's finished and it's huge and I've been using it all week. And I love it so, so much. I'm not going to say too much about this today because I am going to do a separate video about it. So there will, as soon as I get the chance, there will be a separate video that probably won't be too long, just going through all the different fibres that are in it And yeah, just a bit more detail. But in brief, if anyone who hasn't heard all about this before, most of you will have done. Oh, I've got fluff in my face now. There we go. I had fluff in my mouth. I think I've got rid of it. Yeah, this is the blanket that I've been making from the handspun yarn that I've been spinning from the Fibre Club run by Folk Yarn Studio throughout 2025, which was called the Magical Worlds Fibre Club. And every month I was sent, because I paid for it, a different braid of fibre, different types of wool, a couple of blends with other fibres in as well, each one a different colour. And yeah, I had so much fun spinning them all up. You'll have seen, or at least if you're interested in the spinning and you've watched them, there's spinning diary videos on my channel as well, which were centred around this fibre. So you'll get more information from those if you want to know more about it. The blanket itself was crocheted using the lemon peel stitch. I forgot for a moment then, but it's the lemon peel stitch, which I just think has a beautiful texture. I don't know how well you can see it there. Hopefully you can still hear me. The blanket's now between me and the mic. The texture of the lemon peel stitch is delicious, and it's so simple as well. It's single crochet, double crochet, and it's just about where you place them. That's, you place them. So you go single crochet, double crochet all the way along, and then turn your work and come back the other way. You do a single crochet into the double crochet, and then a double crochet into the single crochet, and so on all the way along. I hope that made sense. This has been worked corner to corner just to make it that tiny little bit more complicated. Just because I really like working corner to corner. I find it really satisfying. Well, that's it. It's just a big square. It is. Increased until I hit the end of the 6th braid of fibre, and then started decreasing. Unfortunately, because I had different yardage in each resulting skein of yarn, because some of them are thicker than others, and I did actually run out quite a bit before the end. So the last 2 strips, has actually got 14 stripes instead of 12. The last 2 are not from the Magical Worlds Club, and I can't remember what either of them are now. Well, that one I know is just some black merino. It's Yarnsmith's merino, I think. That is hand spun. I can't remember what it is, but when I do the separate video I will tell you all about it. Right. That's enough about that for now. I'm going to pop it on the back of my chair so you can look at it all the way through this video, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now that the Magical Worlds Fibre Club has ended, I of course wanted to sign up to another one. Another annual one. And as it happened, Laura at Folk Yarn Studio is running another one, so that was easy. Made my decision for me. Meant I didn't even go hunting, I just signed up to her next one straight away. There are, as there were with Magical Worlds, there's options for yarn and for fibre. I've gone for the fibre one so I can spin it all myself, because it's just so much fun and I love it. This year's club is called the Hyperfocus Club, and I believe what she's doing is she is taking inspiration from all the different hobbies she has indulged in throughout her life, and basing the colours on those. So I finished spinning the yarn a couple of weeks ago. Just yesterday recorded a little video about it for my spinning diaries, and here it is, and I've started using it today. So this is called Paint. Lovely, lovely colours, just quite subtle variegation. It is there, I think you can see it. Hopefully it'll show up a bit more when I show you the crochet in a minute. Let me check my notes on the fibre content for this. This is her East Anglian blend. It's a specific in-house blend for Folk Yarn Studio. And it's all wool. It's 60% Romney, 20% BFL, 20% Suffolk. And I haven't previously liked this blend. She had this as the first fibre for the Magical Worlds Club as well. Different colour, but same fibre blend. And I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't like spinning it very much, and the resulting yarn felt quite stiff and quite ropey. Just not very pleasant to work with, to be honest. But that was a whole year ago. And clearly my spinning technique has improved since then, because this is lovely. It's not super duper soft, but it's also not super duper rough. You know, it's sort of a semi-rustic, I would say. It's got a lovely squish to it, and it is crocheting up really, really nicely. I am a little bit annoyed with myself because I thought I was doing really well on spinning a nice DK weight yarn. I thought it's turned out as an Aran, which is thicker than I normally like. But I think that's actually going to work out in my favour for the project that I'm, the blanket that I'm going to use. That I'm going to use this for. Get my words in order, Jenny, come on. So I'm going to be making another blanket. It's going to be constructed slightly differently, but at the moment it looks very similar. I have started this today, just this afternoon. Spent about an hour on it, maybe. I'm doing corner to corner again, using the Suzette stitch this time, which is very similar to Lemon Peel, to be fair. This is how much I've got. But what I'm going to do this time, instead of doing the whole blanket in one big piece, I'm going to make 6 squares and join them together. So for each square, I'm going to do the increases in one colour. So I'll keep increasing with this colour until I run out, or more or less until I don't have enough to do a full row anymore. And then with next month's yarn, I will do the decrease side of the square. So the fact that this yarn is a bit thicker than I meant it to be means that the yardage is a bit less than I meant it to be, which means that hopefully when I do the next one and hopefully get DK weight or just a lighter Aran would do, but DK would be preferable. This is borderline, to be fair, it's only just Aran, but yeah, sort of a mid-weight DK would be best. That will hopefully mean that when I then do the decreases, I should have a bit left over rather than running out. And then any that I have left, I can use for joining the squares, I can use for doing borders, I can put them into a scrappy blanket later. There's plenty I can take with leftover scraps, that's fine. I just don't want to be running out all the time. So hopefully it'll work out, we shall see. I'm quite excited about the fact that because I'm going to be making it in squares and then joining them, when we get to the warmer months in the year, I should still be able to work on it. You might remember that with the Magical Worlds blanket, I took most of the summer off from crocheting on it because it was just too warm, I couldn't do it. So hopefully I won't have that issue this year, and I can just do half a square each month and keep it ticking along. I was going to say something else. I've completely lost what it was. Nope, don't know. It's gone. Whatever it was, it is gone. If it comes back to me, I'll tell you later. That's what it was. So obviously I need each square to be the same number of rows, otherwise they won't all join together nice and neatly. So again, I'm using that first skein of yarn. That will determine how many increase rows each square has, and then obviously the decrease rows will be the same number, because you just decrease until you run out, so you run out of stitches. So yeah, I'm counting those as I do them. I will check the count when I've finished with that skein of yarn, make a note of it, and then I shall match that with all the other squares. So again, hopefully there'll be a bit of yarn left over from each month that I can use for edges, for joining, etc. Okay, I have one last crochet project to show you. There are other works in progress on the go, but I haven't touched them really since I last spoke to you, so there's no point in telling you about them today. I will come back to them hopefully next time. I may touch on them when I talk about plans in a minute, but for now, there is serious progress on the top that I'm making, the Bridgette ballet neck sweater. I'm not going to stand up and show you, but I have almost finished the body. Look. I've just got 2 or 3 more colours to use up, and then the body will be done, apart from the edging, which I need to look into. I'm so happy with it. I've tried it on. There's a bit of shaping around the waist, and I tried it on, had already tried it on once before, but tried it on again after, and it fits so nicely. So happy with it. My camera just froze, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, so happy with the fit and with the drape and with the texture and everything. It's gorgeous. The pattern is by Courtney A. Clark on Ravelry. There'll be a project page for this linked below, and that will take you to the pattern if you want to have a look at it for yourself. It's really easy to follow, really simple. Simple to the extent that, because of the way my brain works, if I wasn't using mini skeins, I would get bored, because it is just the same stitch all the way down. That is not a fault of the pattern. That's how do I put this? I struggle with it every time. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the pattern. It is a good pattern. It means it's really simple. If you're a relative beginner to crocheting garments, then it's a great pattern for you. I just get bored easily. But because I'm using mini skeins and each one is a different colour, that keeps it interesting. So it is perfect for using up yarny advents, which is exactly what I'm doing. This is using the Blue Fern Yarns advent from 2024, which was the apothecary one. And I just love all the colours. And I love, there's a couple where the jumping colour is quite, sort this out so I can actually show you. The jumping colour, it feels quite sudden, but for the most part, they fade quite well one to the next, I think, anyway. And it's just, oh, it's lovely. I think I said last time that I did decide in the end to keep some of the yarn from each mini for the sleeves, so they will stripe in the same way as the body. So I have 2 matching, steadily increasing balls of yarn ready for the sleeves. They were 20 gram minis, so I've been taking 5 grams for each sleeve and leaving 10 for the body. That seems to be working out quite well. Yeah, that means I don't have to really think when I get to the sleeves. I just use these. I'm going to have to rewind them so that the colours that are currently on the outside will be on the inside, so that I can so that they're in the same order as the body. But otherwise there will be very little thought involved about colour management. It will just be about how the sleeves work. I think they're fitted sleeves, so there'll be decreases all the way down, which is great. looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. And because at the moment I am just on roundy round crochet, other than the fact that I'm changing colours, it's requiring very little thought, which means it's a great one for picking up when I've got, you know, a spare half hour before tea or before an eye appointment. And worked on it earlier today. Or, you know, lazy Sunday evenings when we're watching TV. It's great for that. And I think once I get my head round how the sleeves are constructed, where the decreases have to go, it'll be the same kind of situation. So hopefully progress will continue to be steady, and I'll have even more progress to show you next time. I am also, and this is a statement that you will not hear from me very often, I am thinking of making a second Bridgette top when this one's finished. If it fits as well as I think it's going to be, if I like wearing it as much as I think I'm going to, sorry about the rustling, just putting bits away, I think I'm going to use my 2025 Blue Fern Yarns Advent to make another one, because I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, it is a very simple pattern, one that I personally would usually find boring, but the mini skeins stop that from happening. So I think this might become a wardrobe staple, might become something that I make multiples of. I haven't ever been able to say that about anything. So there we go. Okay, let's quickly talk about plans. There's not a lot to tell you because they haven't really changed. I'm going to continue with the sweater I've just shown you. I'm going to continue with the Hyperfocus Blanket that I've just shown you. I still want to sort out that blue jumper that I showed you last time. Really honestly meant to have it done by this episode and just nope. But it's on the cards, it's going to happen. I still need to do the redesign for the blanket I'm making for Kelvin and get on with that. So that you all know about already, or at least if you don't, I talked about it in the last one, go back and watch that. There's nothing new to tell you about there. There is one new plan, because obviously I don't have enough. Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful and This Little Wonderful Life here on YouTube, along with someone else whose name I cannot remember, I'm sorry. I will find all the details for this and I will put them in the description. I'll either type them out or I'll link you to you know, where it can be found elsewhere. Ali is running a brand new make-along, co-running a brand new make-along this year called the Festive Sweater Make-Along. The idea of which is starting, I think, on the 1st of March. I might have that wrong, but it's around about then. Yeah, the idea of which is that we start in March and we've got the whole of the rest of the year to make a Christmas jumper or top or garment of your choice. So you can take your time about it and you haven't got that stress in October, November of, oh, I want to get this done and I haven't finished it yet, which I do every year. To the extent that I didn't make one last year because I just ran out of time. I did one for Ned, not for myself. And I'm so on board with this. I think it's a fantastic idea. I want to make myself more Christmas jumpers so that I don't end up buying billions of ones that don't really fit me from supermarkets and so on. I've got a couple of really lovely ones that are commercially bought and very cheap. But most of the ones I've bought over the years I've ended up getting rid of because I don't really like them. So the one that I made year before last I love. So, you know, there we go. That says everything, doesn't it? Now, I have chosen the yarn. haven't yet chosen a pattern, so I need your help. If you know, I'm very picky, that's the problem. If you know of any raglan style Christmas or winter generally themed crochet sweater patterns, or ones that can be easily adapted in a very size inclusive range of sizes, because I am a larger lady, preferably with some colour work, or like a filet crochet design, or one that can be, I don't know, just easily adapted to make it look Christmassy, that will use 2 colours. I'm not asking for much, right? This could be why I haven't found anything yet. But I've got the yarn, it's ready. It is ready, it is here. I'm going to be using this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. This is the Yarnsmith's Pebble Haze. I've got it in, what are they called? We've got green serpentine, whatever you call it. Lovely, lovely green colour. And in jet, which is grey rather than black, but that's fine. Just gives Slytherin vibes, which I'm very happy about. Yes, I've got the yarn. I know how much I've got. I know I should have enough for a whole sweater. Pattern dependent, of course. I just need help finding a pattern. I haven't found one that I really like yet. You know, there are plenty of raglan sweaters that have a lovely shape or a lovely stitch pattern, but aren't Christmassy. And then there are lots of lovely Christmassy sweaters that aren't raglan. So, oh, okay, maybe I'll have to get creative and take a raglan style pattern and adapt it to fit a colourwork design. Don't know if I'm capable of doing that. What do you think? Don't know. We will see. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for patterns that might work, please put them in the comments, so I can take a look and hopefully find one that I really like. I love this yarn. It feels gorgeous. Have I used it before? No, I used Yarnsmith's Lagoon before, which has got quite a similar feel, but is different. But yeah, I do have 2 skeins of red serpentine as well. So if I desperately need a third colour, I could get really Christmassy and have green and red. And grey. But I'd rather not. I'd rather just stick to the 2 if I can. And that's it for plans. And I have no incoming at all, which I'm kind of quite proud about. It's a rare thing for me. I've got nothing. I have not bought any more yarn. I have not bought any more fibre. I have not bought any more craft supplies of any kind. I've been very good. So let me put this away and we'll move on to spinning. Okay, my desk is now covered in yarn. I have quite a bit to show you, but I should be able to get through this relatively quickly, because it's really just a case of showing you the yarn, telling you the fibre content and moving on. So I'll try not to waffle too much. So I may have shown you this one last time. I may have shown you a couple of these last time. I'm not sure. None of these are fully finished, so I can't give you yardage details for them or tell you the weight even. So I'm just going to do, look how pretty, fibre content, maybe a bit about the spinning process. And then when they are ready to go into the shop, I shall probably show you them again and tell you the final details for them. So let us begin with Aurora Borealis. Look at the beautiful colours in that. This one is a blend from World of Wool, it's 55% merino, 30% mulberry silk, and 15% sari silk. So it's utterly luxurious. Got a really lovely shine to it. And you can see the mulberry silk is quite well distributed, but then you get all these lovely little pops of colour from the sari silk all the way through it. And you can see why it's called Aurora Borealis. Very clearly got the colours from the Northern Lights in the sky. And it's just lovely. There's only 50 grams of this one. So will be one of the one of the smaller skeins that I sell. But worth, what am I trying to say? Yeah, great for using for colour work or striping or cuffs and collars, that kind of thing. I am trying to do more larger skeins because I know they're more useful. But I do think it's nice to have some small ones knocking about for those finishing touches and extra details and so on. Okie dokie, then we have got the skein that is being very troublesome and not behaving nicely. Come on. This is Biffdale Silk, which does not have a colourway name yet. Biffdale Silk is the name of the blend. This is from an indie yarn dyer called Velvet Sixpence. And the blend is 50% Blueface Leicester, which is the Biff, 25% Corriedale, which is the Dale, and 25% Mulberry Silk. And this is one that I was going to keep initially because it is just luscious. It's so soft. But I have come to realise and accept that the colours are not mine. Do not go with my skin tone at all, so I wouldn't ever wear it. And it's too nice to just get put into a blanket. So this will be going into my shop. I will part with it, I promise. Yeah, there's a full, give or take, a full 100 grams of this one. So a nice big skein, and it will look much neater when I've finished with it and got it rewound for you. It's just misbehaving a little at the moment. Okay, next up we have got Hansel and Gretel. This may get renamed because this Hansel and Gretel is the fibre blend, which is another World of Wool one, which is 75% merino wool and 25% sari silk. Again, all those little pops of colour you can see. But I have then mulled it with a one strand of merino mocha, which is just 100% merino wool, also from World of Wool. So it is now a mulled fibre, so I may rename it because it's not the same as the original fibre blend anymore. But you can see the sari silk comes out in all those lovely little pops and speckles and streaks sometimes. Where's another good bit where they really show up? There. Look. Put lovely bits in there. I just wanted to make it a slightly bigger skein, and I thought the mocha brown merino would go really well with it, and I think I was right. And again, it's really lovely soft. That wasn't a proper sentence. My words are going, it's clearly getting late. Yeah, it's a beautifully soft yarn. As you'd expect from merino silk. But yeah. Oh, I'm really pleased actually. I think I've suddenly I don't know what I'm doing differently, but I've suddenly started doing something differently. And it's made a huge difference to all my yarn. It's all so much softer and plumper and squishier and just even more delicious than it was before, and I'm very, very happy about it. I have also got a tiny little mini of just the Hansel and Gretel. This one hasn't been, I don't think, no, it hasn't been marked at all, so you can see what that would look like without the extra brown merino mixed in. I don't know yet whether I'm going to bother putting this up for sale. I might just keep it for me. I am considering though that I will construct a sentence properly in my head before trying to say it out loud. I am considering putting together some Lucky Dip mini skein bags. Did that make sense? Lucky Dip bags of mini skeins. There we go. So things like this may well end up in one of those. I haven't quite figured it out in my head yet, but it's a possibility. Watch this space. Then I spun paint, which I've shown you already because I've been crocheting with it. And then we have got Humbug. This is huge. This is my biggest single skein of yarn to date. Look at that. It's as big as my head. This was a really, really fun spin. This consists of 200-gram bats of fibre from Adelaide Walker wool, and then an additional, how much? Almost 50 grams of merino raven, which is plain black merino fibre from World of Wool. And the two from Adelaide Walker wool are both called Humbug, and they are the same colourway using the same dye but on two different wools. One is 100% Jacob wool and one is 100% Corriedale wool. And then I've just plied all three together. So I've got the Jacob, the Corriedale, the merino all plied together into this just amazing amazingness. Right, where's a bit where I can get it organised so I can show you it a bit more nicely. And the thing I really loved about it is that the Corriedale is much whiter. I can't hold it all up at once, I'm going to just have to show you a bit at a time. The Corriedale is much whiter than the Jacob, so although they've been dyed in the same way, they're not identical. So there, look, you can see some really, really white bits here. That'll be the Corriedale showing through. We've ended up with a marled yarn. Oh, there we go. So it's also got a bit of striping to it. Once I get it fully skeined up and prepped for sale, be able to see it better when I show you it then. Oh, I thought I froze, but I'm okay, I think. But yeah, it is both marled and there's a subtle stripe to it. Oh, it's going to be amazing. This is going up for sale, but I kind of want to keep it and make myself something. Yeah, again, I haven't weighed it, I haven't measured it, but there should be almost, if not just over, possibly 250 grams here. So that'll be great for like a full scarf or shawl or similar, depending on obviously the stitch you use, whether you knit or crochet, all of that jazz. But in theory, you could get something fairly substantial out of just this one skein. Yes, most importantly, it's been fun. Alright, where was that living? It was living there. Okay, final almost finished one is called First Snow. This is another blend from World of Wool. It's 90% recycled wool and 10% viscose tweed. All these little speckly white bits are the tweediness. Really, really fun spin. because of those, it's like you get a bit that's almost plain and then, oh, there's a little speckle, and oh, there's another one, and it's so fun. And yeah, again, the name is perfect. It looks like it's just started snowing and there's just little bits catching and drifting. So pretty. This was spun all as one long single and then chain plied, which I don't really like doing, but it worked okay. It worked out all right. And quite often with the smaller skeins, this is another 50-gram one. With the smaller skeins, it's just easier than splitting it. And yeah, if I want a 3-ply yarn, which I tend to do, because I like the end result better with 3-ply than with 2-ply. Yeah, if I want a 3-ply, when there's only 50 grams, it's often easier to chain ply than it is to split and have different bobbins and so yeah, and I'm getting better at it. The more practice I have, the less problematic it is. It's just the fiber's more likely to break while you're plying it if you're chain plying. That causes issues. Right, bear with me a minute because I want to show you my current spin, but it is on my e-spinner at the moment, so I just need to get it ready for you. Okay, this spin does not yet have a name. The end result, it's going to be called something to do with peacocks, because one of the fibres that I'm using is called peacock. Let's see if I can grab some of it for you without ruining my setup. I've got them all laid out very carefully. No, that's not it. That peacock fibre from World of Wool, which is, what are the percentages? What are the ratios? It is 87.5% Corriedale, 12.5% rainbow trilobal nylon, which gives it that lovely sheen. So I'm using this along with 3 different colours of just 100% Corriedale. But they're all quite similar. So we've got that peacock, and then in just the Corriedale we've got a dark turquoise, a kind of yellowy green, and a kind of grey green. And I don't know how well you'll be able to tell on here. I'm hoping you can see. Oh, you can. I'm striping them. So I'm doing a section of the peacock and then one of the 100% Corriedale. So you can see here that there is just 100% Corriedale. It is making for a slightly tricky spin because the Corriedale nylon blend drafts much more nicely than the 100% carded Corriedale. But I'm managing it. I am managing it. And I think it's going to be really pretty when it's finished. Hopefully it will be worth the effort. And again, it means, how much have I got? I think I've got 100 grams-ish of the peacock and then 25 grams each of the other 3. Hello! So that's 175 grams total fibre. There's always a little bit of wastage, both in the spinning process and then when I come to skein it up at the end, I always end up cutting a bit off. It's just how it goes. But I should end up with a skein of yarn that's at least 150 grams, so it'll be another larger one. So hopefully very useful for someone. We'll see. So far, I'm happy with it. Yeah, if you've got any ideas for a name based on those colours and to do with peacocks, let me know. You know where the comments are. Or you can always drop me a message. My email is in the description somewhere if you fancy doing that instead. I think that's it. Yeah, all done. So, all going well. My next video should come out, my next podcast episode should come out on Friday the 13th. I like it. It's lucky for me. That's enough said about that. And I will have recorded it on the 11th anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, hopefully everything will go according to plan. By then I will have hosted my second market of the year and hopefully booked the dates for the rest. Again, if you're interested in vending or just on popping by, if you're in the area, all the info is in the description for you about those. Other than that, thank you very much for being here. I hope you've really enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. Yeah, questions, comments, compliments can all go in the comments underneath. Yeah, please do drop a little thumbs up on it for me. Help me out. Or comment or share it with someone. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, then do think about doing that. It's completely free. It takes a couple of seconds. And if you hit subscribe and then hit the little bell icon that comes up, you can choose to be notified whenever I release a video, so you will never ever miss one. I'm going to stop rambling and trying to get you to do things. Go and tidy up and probably do a bit more spinning and then go to bed. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll be back soon. Until then, take care.